Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse Game Day Live. We are previewing the big match down in Miami, South Beach. The New York Knicks are going down there. They'll be playing in about an hour or so. Actually, no, about an hour and a half. They face the red-hot Miami Heat, who lit up Memphis for 146 points the other night. They right now have the number one rated offense in the NBA, and the Knicks have the number two rated defense. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. We're going to break it down. Welcome into the Knicks-Verse. If this is your first time here and you're watching this later on, please subscribe. Or you're watching it now, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Hit the thumbs up button for me and drop your comments. Definitely love to hear your thoughts and feelings about anything Knicks. And let's get into this. Here we go. Game day. It begins around 6 p.m. Eastern Time. That's about 3 p.m. my time. It should be an interesting game, I gotta say. The Miami Heat, they feel really good about their team right now, and they have reason to be. They are shooting incredibly well. I believe they have 5 players who are all shooting over 50% or more from the three-point line. They are not as Bam-centric anymore. They have acquired Norman Powell and Simone Fontecchio. They traded Duncan Robinson for him, and he's been delivering for him as well. It's going to be an interesting game. The New York Knicks, right now, they're 2-0. They took care of business against the top 2 teams from last year, who they could not. They were 0-8 against those teams. Now, it's granted, Cleveland, they're injured. You know, they were missing 3 key players from their rotation, Darius Garland, Max Strus, and DeAndre Hunter. But the Knicks were also missing key players in that game as well. Josh Hart didn't play. Mitch Robinson hasn't played, and he won't be playing today. It's also been told to us that he's not playing. And actually, let's get to this here because we do have some news about Deuce. Oh, here you can see Miami Heat leads the NBA in points scored, 133.5 points per game. That's pretty amazing. And in three-point shooting, they are 4th. So the Knicks have their work cut out for them today. But let's check this here. Deuce McBride is out for personal reasons against the Heat. So he is not going to be playing tonight. Personal reasons. But it was also announced that Josh Hart, Christian Winfield tweeted this, Josh Hart no longer has minutes restrictions, says Mike Brown. Also, Mike Brown has not, where is it here? Mike Brown refuses to say who's going to be his starting lineup. So we don't know who's starting tonight. We can guess, but we don't know for sure who is starting. So let's get back to this here. One thing that I think is tremendous. Oh, let me first before we do this, let's get back to this. So yes, the Heat's offense is sizzling, right? But in defensive rating, the Knicks are 2nd in the East, 103.5. Behind the Chicago Bulls, who have a defensive rating of 98.1. And the Heat are right there, number 4, 106.7. And when you look at the net ratings, it's the Spurs, number 1, 17.4. Though they're playing right now, they probably won that game already, I think, against the Nets. The Miami Heat, number 2, 12.0 net rating. But the Knicks are number 3 right there, 9.6, tied with Oklahoma City. So this could be, Miami Heat could be for real. They could be for real. You can never count out an Eric Spoelstra team, ever. And they're doing this without Tyler Hero, who is their best shot creator. I'm trying to basically alert the Knicks fan base that the Miami Heat are a team to be reckoned with this year, which I actually, in my analysis early on, wasn't a full believer that it was all going to come together. Now, again, they often suffer injuries, so let's see if they can stay healthy. But at this point, they are looking good. It's only 2 games in, and it's not like the Grizzlies have a great defense. And the Miami Heat played. They lost to the Orlando Magic in the first game of the season, but they were up in that game a lot, and they lost. And that was in Orlando. In Orlando, obviously their defense is strong, but not as strong as the Knicks so far this season. That's one thing that I've been really impressed with. And we're going to get into this whole next play mentality that Mike Brown has been instituting with the Knicks. We're going to get into that. Christian Winfield wrote a really good article in New York Daily News. We'll break that down. Here we go. But this is happening. After every game now, Mike Brown is announcing the defensive player of the game. And they get a construction helmet, the construction vest, and a pair of Timberlands. And everyone gathers around and they have a blast. The first game, it was OG Anunoby in game 1. And in game 2, it was Jordan Clarkson, which Mike Brown, he said that basically in his post-game interview that he thought Clarkson was the defensive player of the game. That was really fascinating to hear that. I like the joy that they're spreading around here. Look at this. The vibes are wonderful. Look at he's just embracing that Timberland like it's a baby. And look at him here. Yeah, they're smacking. That's OG. Yeah, look how fun Cat is having. Look at McCall. Even got a little Mitch sighting back there. The vibes are really, really good right now for this Knicks team. And that kind of vibes could carry over into this game 3 today against the Miami Heat. And they're going to need it. They're going to need it because look at this. Well, before we get to this, you know what? Let's talk about this first. So Christian Winfield from New York Daily News reporter, he wrote, the Knicks had the pieces to be an elite team in transition. Now, with Mike Brown's demand for next play speed, they're finally realizing that potential. Mike emphasizes it more, and that's how it's supposed to be. Here's a couple excerpts here. This is the urgency Brown demands from the Knicks. Next play speed is the ability to instantly flip from offense to defense, from reaction to response, from mistake to redemption. And after training camp, preseason, and a few early games, his new look Knicks are beginning to build their identity around it. We've seen it. There were plays actually in the last game. Tyler Kolek stepped in front of Derek White beautifully, and Mikal Bridges came over and blocked the shot. When you make a turnover, immediately switch gears, get into the next play mentality. Don't let the last play or the last mistake you made linger, not even for a second, because in a game with 24-second clock, when it's a fast break game, high speed, up tempo, 1 second can be the difference between blocking a shot and getting scored on. Further on here, Mikal's next play speed is unbelievable, Mike Brown said. Turnover happens or offensive rebound happens, and he doesn't hesitate or take an extra step the wrong way. His change of direction is instant. The flip of a switch, it's amazing. Probably one of the best I've been around. He is relishing in that. OG is doing it. We've seen Deuce, Tyler Kolek. They're all doing it. I think this is one of the things, the more underrated things that we've been talking about in general as a fan base. We were so focused on how Mike Brown's offense is going to unlock this team and make it the best version of itself. Well, defensively, it's really, that's another major aspect that's been kind of overlooked, how much impact he's had defensively. And he actually is known more for being a defensive coach. Now, the years he spent with Golden State Warriors, which were always a great defensive team, but tremendous offensive team, he assimilated those offensive principles, then instituted them with the Sacramento Kings, especially like utilizing the big man as a hub on the elbows, which he did with DeMontis, who is a really good passer. And Cat has that ability as well. We've seen it. We've seen Ariel Hawkporty do it. So this team, this is like, and it's all a work in progress. That's the beautiful, exciting part of this. Even though the pace isn't up there yet, the possessions game isn't up there yet, but what the Knicks are doing on the defensive end right now is truly very exciting, and I think it's something they can continue because Cleveland was the #1 offense last season, and the Knicks were able to handle them, the Knicks defense. And the next team they played were the Boston Celtics, who, even though they don't have a big man anymore, they struggle with rebounding, and they're missing Jason Tatum, of course, but they still have All-NBAer Jaylen Brown, Derek White, who's probably should have been an all-star before. They have Peyton Pritchard, who can shoot the lights out. They have Sam Hauser, who's a deep ball threat. I mean, they can shoot the three from all over the place. And the Knicks were able to stifle them as well. But this is what the Miami Heat people are thinking. This is from Heat Central, Heat Culture 13. So he compared the starting units. He thinks the only one on the Knicks roster or starting unit who is clearly better than one of their players, he thinks is Jalen Brunson over Davion Mitchell. He thinks Powell is better than McBride. He thinks Wiggins is better than Mikal Bridges, which is fucking hilarious, I gotta say. He thinks Kel'el Ware is on even par with OG Anunoby. That is utterly ridiculous. And he thinks Bam is better than Towns. In what universe is Bam better than Towns? Maybe defensively somewhat. Bam's offensive game has completely disappeared. This is truly shocking, but this is how good they feel about their own team. Today, they're going to get a dose of reality because they may have beat up on the Memphis Grizzlies, and they did lose the Orlando Magic. New York Knicks are a whole different animal. But continue. There's reasons why they feel so hopeful. The Miami Heat set a franchise record with 86 points in the first half, and this is without Tyler Hero. They think Miami is going to be scary this season. I think they're going to be a good team. Definitely going to be a good team. Maybe a plus 500 team. Maybe a 42-40. I don't know. I can't even remember what I had them listed as. I should look it up. But I mean, they're definitely going to win some games for sure. And Jaime Jaquez has stopped being an outside threat. He now attacks the rim. And he used to do pump fake, but they could like sit on that and they could swat it. But now he attacks the rim, and but if he doesn't have a clear opening, he sprays the ball out to the corners. And they have right now fantastic 3-point shooters, so they have a right to feel confident about themselves. I love this. New York Basketball tweeted out today. Today is the anniversary. 40 years ago today, rookie Patrick Ewing made his debut. On October 26, 1985, my first game as a New York Knick. You hear your name being called, the crowd, the city. Those are the things you get nostalgic about. In his debut, he had 18 points, 6 rebounds, 3 blocks, and 2 steals. And I remember that game. I watched that game. Not live. I watched it on TV. I knew we had something special. I was a big St. John's fan back then in the 80s. You know, the Chris Mullin teams, Mark Jackson teams, and of course, Georgetown was always the enemy. So to me, you know, Patrick was the enemy coming up in college, but then when we got the number 1 pick and we got him, I knew we were going to end up having tremendous glory. Never won the chip with him, but made it to a finals. Congratulations, Captain Ewing. All right, so here, Miami Heat, they did 2 pickups through the first, they made 2 trades in the offseason, and they picked up Norman Powell and Fontecchio from Detroit. Powell's averaging 21.5 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, shooting 50% from the 3-point line, 65% true shooting, and Fontecchio is 61% field goal shooting. I mean, tremendous. He's also shooting 45% from the 3-point line and 75% true shooting. And when you look at their numbers here, look at this. Here's the 3-point shooting. Kel'el Ware, 67.7%. Nikola, 55.6%. 50% for Drew Smith, who's a good defender. Norman Powell, 50%. Pele Larson, 50%. Fontecchio, 45.5%. Look at this. So they have 6 guys shooting 45% or better from the 3-point line. And even Bam, who's putting up 6.5 attempts per game, is shooting like a really efficient 38.5%. These guys are dangerous. There's no doubt about that. When you look at the Knicks 3-point shooting, Landry Shamet is up there, 66.7%. Deuce, look at that, 66.7% for him on 6 attempts per game. OG Anunoby at 9 attempts per game is at 44.4%. And then you look at Mikal Bridges is the next guy up there, 33, 1 of 3. Kolek 1 of 3. Towns only shooting 25%, but he hit 4 of 6 in game 2. And Jalen Brunson has just been struggling from the 3-point line, but that is not going to last. We know that. And same with Yabusele. Actually, Jordan Clarkson hit some threes. This data may not be that accurate. He hit a couple threes in game 2. So, I don't know. NBA stats may have been letting us down here. All right, let's get back to this. Shout out to Lex. What's up, brother? Thanks for joining me. Sora, what's good? Tony Melendez, from Denver. Yes, the Nuggets. Nuggets look good. I could see right now the top 3 teams are clearly in the West. Clearly OKC, the Nuggets, and Golden State. Now they're older. Golden State is older, so that's the major issue. Can they last 82 games and then go into the playoffs? But if all stays good health-wise for them, they're going to be very dangerous. They beat the Nuggets the other day. We got Puda. What's up? Saludes. All right, let's keep going here. Miami Heat currently has the fastest pace in the NBA, 110.88. But number 2 was Memphis. So, the pace also is determined by the team you're playing against as well. And with only 2 games, the data is a little fuzzy here. Toronto, the Raptors, quickly, RJ, 108.10. And the Raptors, I called it. I think they're 100% going to be a playoff team this year. And then we got Portland and the Wizards, a 107. I mean, the Wizards with that those young legs. At this point, the Wizards beat who they beat. They beat someone. Who did they beat the other day? They beat someone who was definitely much better than them, theoretically. There's a chance that we end up with their first round pick. I think if it's top 8 protected, I believe. So right now that pick would be ours the way it's going. Cross fingers there. Here are the projected starters, but this is early. We know Deuce is not starting, and there has not been an announcement yet on who is starting. But let me check it here if there's anything new yet. Brown would not reveal. Okay, so it said Brown would not reveal his starting lineup. Joked, Spo has spies everywhere. Said no minutes restriction on Josh Hart today. That's good. One thing I did want to show you guys is this, which I thought was pretty interesting. In case you didn't see the tweet. According to NBA Sports Boston, when the Knicks outscored Boston 42-14 in the second quarter, it became the 4th worst points differential, a -28, in a quarter in Celtics franchise history. And the very worst in the second quarter ever in the franchise history. That's going back to like 1972, with the Braves against the Braves, which I think that was Milwaukee Braves. Not sure what team franchise that was. In 1970 against the Golden State Warriors. In 2000 against the Magic, which I believe that was the Dwight Howard. I think that was the Dwight Howard Magic. 2021 against the Bulls. And here they are. The Knicks took, that was sheer dominance in that second quarter. The Knicks faltered in the second half, but were able to hang on late in the fourth quarter. Brunson, I believe, scored 14 of the last 18 points for the Knicks. He became the Brunson of old. We need that to continue. Absolutely continue. Let's get over here, see if there's any updates here. Who had Nets at plus 2.5? Spurs dribbling out the clock up 10. Ooh, that game got tighter. Yeah, no minutes restriction. So we're waiting to hear about the starting lineup for the New York Knicks. All right, let's get back to this. So this is just projected. But Karl Anthony Towns and Josh Hart and OG Anunoby were all listed as game time decisions. I'm expecting all 3 of them to play. Here are the projected starters for the Miami Heat. Norman Powell, He's off to a great start. He is now their offensive hub. I think the offense is run around him now. 21 and a half points per game for him. Davion Mitchell, what was his Off Night? That's his nickname, Off Night. Tremendous defender. Always liked him. He was originally a Sacramento King. He used to play for Mike Brown. Then we got Andrew Wiggins, 18 points. He's definitely not the Wiggins of old, not the Wiggins that he was with Golden State when they won the championship. He's definitely regressed. Bam, 18.1 points, just shy of 10 rebounds per game himself. But he truly is a center. So he is a center, but they also have Kel'el Ware playing center, who's a good shot blocker. He's a nice player. It's just a day at the level of what the Knicks can do. I just don't see it. Here's the injury report. So it's confirmed. Deuce is out for personal reasons. And then Mitch is also out, even though he did travel with the team. I'm anticipating that Tuesday will be the first game that Mitch plays. Be in Milwaukee against Giannis, Miles Turner. We can use his size. And that's, unless he's actually really injured. I mean, in terms of workload management, how do you workload manage when the season begins and he's out the first 3 games? He should play on Tuesday. That's just only my thinking. Nothing's been announced, but the fact that he's on the trip with them, it's a 3-game road trip. Seems like that should be the game he plays. Towns, he still got the quadricep, grade 2 strain, but he's been playing through it. It's definitely impacting his low post game. You can see he doesn't have quite the hops on it. He can't get the lift, and he's been getting blocked. He's been getting smothered down low. That happened a lot in the Boston game. Apparently he's just deciding to play through it. But man, when he hit that first couple of threes, that was fantastic. He started off 3 of 4. Then he finished 4 of 6 from the 3-point line. Just completely opened up the floor for the Knicks once he starts hitting those buckets. And then when he's hitting those threes, and he does the pump, and he fakes and he drives, he gets a little more space. He can get past the defender easier. And hopefully he will eventually start spraying the ball out. That's something that I really want to see him do. I think he did do it once. Not 100% on that. Yeah. Hit the likes. Get the likes up. Please get the likes up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. All right. So here's the injury report for the Miami Heat. Kasparas Jakunis, I think that's how you say it. He's out with a groin strain. He's an offensive weapon for them. And Tyler Hero has been out for a while. All right. Hey, we got memberships going for the into the Knicks-Verse. A great way to support the channel. You get membership merch discounts. Got a lot of great merch, which I'll show you. The chat room is up. Priority reply to comments. Members only short videos. Actually this week they're going to start rolling out. Already getting a lot of members right now, so that's great. Thank the people who have joined so far. Join today if you can. It will help support the channel. Also, check out the merchandise store. I got the new New York edition Knicks-Verse hats and t-shirts, and there's several variations of it. And here, this is cool. I'm excited about this. I can't wait to get this one. It's an Adidas pullover with the embroidered New York basketball on it, and it's even on the right cuff. You can see the little logo there on the right cuff, the Knicks-Verse logo embroidered on the right cuff. And then we have this, the 2025-26 New York basketball t-shirts. There's 4 different colors in all different sizes. Check those out. Got game day coming up. I'm hyped for this one. I think this is going to be a really, really good game. Let me see. Let's check out the chat. What's going on? That guy's a little low key here. You just left Black Market Bayside, walking to the game. 3-0. Nice. Got someone down in Miami. Awesome. Yes, we haven't done any view parties yet. Got to find a new venue for that. Unfortunately, the Greyhound here near me, where I had several watch parties, they closed down earlier this year. So I'm looking for a new venue. Once that's set up, definitely we'll announce that with plenty of time, too. Sometimes we threw these things together with too short a notice for people. All right, I want to see, what do you think scores for tonight? What are the scores for tonight? I got a feeling that I think it's going to be could be interesting because it's a slightly earlier start. 6 o'clock start for them. Usually those kind of starts, once you throw people out of the routines, doesn't work in the favor of the shooters. What's up, Connor? Good to see you, brother. I think, let's see. Maybe let's go with like a 116, 108. Knicks win 116, 108. I think that might be a nice one. Though we are going to be missing Deuce. So Deuce he's been hitting those clutch threes for us. Even though his efficiency wasn't that great in game 2, he was fantastic in game 1, but he still delivered tremendous minutes, great defense, and he hit a big three-pointer shot. I think both his three-pointers that he hit were big buckets at the time. They stopped momentum. That's going to be missed, but then that'll give Landry Shamet some more opportunity. Hopefully Josh Hart, who he was just super rusty. He hasn't played at all, in like 3 or 4 weeks. That was his first game. He couldn't even hit the rim on a three-point shot from the corner. Let's hope, his shot returns a bit, and we see some nice efficiency from Brunson, which you saw signs of it, and from Cat. Cat, 4 of 6, if you can repeat that. Cat, I believe, didn't he have a monster game in Miami last year? I believe he did. Let's see. Towns. Let's see here. I believe last year he did have a tremendous one. Is that true? I can't find it here. But yeah, I believe he had a pretty big game against the Heat last season for us. All right, yes, and we need that bench. We need that bench to start becoming a little more efficient. They have definitely been struggling. I mean, Landry's doing his job, shooting 50% overall, hitting 2 of 3 from the three-point line. Fabulous, hasn't missed a free throw. Loving his game. And Tyler Kolek, even though these stats, I think these stats are screwed up. Hold on. Sometimes you got to trick it. Like this. Yeah, here we go. Now we got the right stats. Something's going on with the NBA stats filtering. Now we have the right stats. Shamet, 60%. Towns, 50%. Mikal Bridges, about 43%. Deuce, 40%. Okay, now this is good. The other one, I think that was just game 1, even though it showed the stats for 2 games. So that was weird. Clarkson, he finally hit his. Yabusele hit some. These guys are essential. Want to see them start catching fire. Clarkson definitely played a good game defensively in game 2. He won Defensive Player of the Game. Yabusele also had a really nice stretch. His first stint in the first half was horrific. Shireman, off the dribble, just completely dribbled right around Gershon for an easy layup. And he just didn't understand where he should be on the floor. But, man, what a turnaround in his second stint. He came in, he was all over the place, rebounding, fighting for loose balls, creating loose ball opportunities by deflecting, rebounds, deflecting offensive rebounds and turning them into defensive rebounds and vice versa. I thought he had a really nice second stint on the court for the Knicks. OG's just been phenomenal in general. Points-wise, Brunson's averaging 27 points a game. Towns at 22.5. OG's at 17. McCall's at 14. Love to see all those guys. I mean, I'd love to see someone with a 30 burger tonight for the Knicks. That's what I'd like to see. And I'd love to see Gershon or Clarkson, either of those two, maybe hit double digits in points. Because without Deuce, we're gonna need someone to make up the 12.5 points that Deuce is averaging this year in the first 2 games. When you look at the plus minus here, look at Deuce. He's our best plus 10 with OG. And then Clarkson, a plus 8. That brings a smile to my face because I was worried about him. I didn't think he had a very good preseason. So this is a really encouraging sign right here. And then McCall, I think McCall has been playing phenomenal basketball for the Knicks. And he's averaging 4 assists per game right now and 5.5 rebounds. That is tremendously productive numbers, and 2.5 steals per game, and so is OG is averaging 2.5 steals per game. Let's keep that going. That creates fast break opportunities. Love it. Yes, if Deuce is out, Shamet will get some run. Absolutely. Shamet's been getting run. He has been a key part. He's averaging almost 14 minutes a game. Right here. He's averaging 14 minutes a game. He will definitely get some run tonight without Deuce on the floor. The question will be, it'll be interesting to see if Mike Brown goes with the small lineup or we see some Ariel Hawk-Porty tonight. We didn't see him at all against Boston. Now, Boston is a small team, so I could see the logic there. And he wanted to see what the Knicks could do playing small and playing completely 5 out. And it definitely worked. You saw it in that second quarter. That was phenomenal. But, you know, the Heat have some size. Kelly Ware's a 7-footer. Bam is a center in a power forward's body. So he could be difficult to deal with. I think they have some other size around. Jovic. He's got some decent size. So I have a feeling we probably will see some Ariel Hawk-Porty tonight. Ariel Hawk-Porty minutes. And the Knicks will probably go 10 deep again. And who knows, if things are clicking, maybe even go 11 deep. Be nice to see. Maybe the Knicks can even pull off a blowout. Get some Pacome Daddier minutes in there. I want to see some of him. I want to see some Tosan. I want to see some Mo Diawara. I want to see those guys get some burn in a Knicks blowout. That's what I want to see. Okay, let's get back to this. All righty. All right. Well, even though, well, let's look at these again. Look how fun that is. Look at that. Look how much fun they're having. These guys know, they know what's at stake. They know what the expectations are. And handling it with this kind of joy, great combination. Because even when there's going to be dark times, there's going to be tough games, this camaraderie that they have all spoken about, that was developed on that trip to Abu Dhabi, where they often shared most of their meals together. That doesn't happen even when they're on the road in the United States. So when they did that together in Abu Dhabi, it built a camaraderie, a chemistry. It developed the chemistry that they had already built last season, and it's reaching a level where this is going to help them get through the darkest times and limit the duration of dark moments. This is beautiful, and I love that Coach Brown is the one who instituted this, and the players are embracing it. And again, if you missed this earlier, the next play speed mentality. That's something that is, you see it on the court with the defensive results. It's an urgency that Brown demands. Next play speed is the ability to instantly flip the switch from offense to defense, from reaction to response, from mistake to redemption, as Christian Whitfield phrased it in this article in New York Daily News, which everyone should check it out. And Mikal Bridges is the one who's been, I see the biggest response rate on him. Brown said Mikal's next play speed is unbelievable. Turnover happens or offensive rebound happens, and he doesn't hesitate or take an extra step the wrong way. His change of direction is instant, the flip of a switch. It's amazing. Probably one of the best I've been around. And that's saying something, considering Draymond Green is a phenomenal future Hall of Fame defensive player and champion. But the Heat, the Heat fans, they think they got themselves a tremendous team, a better team than the Knicks. So we'll see. But I have a feeling today today's going to be a rude awakening for them. Very rude awakening. Probably going to go another 10 minutes or so here. Let's see if you guys got any questions for me. Just drop them in the chat. 100% agree that Gershon and Clarkson need to step up, but we already saw signs of life from Clarkson. I want to see him build upon that nice game 2 that he had. Hit the thumbs up button for me. Drop your comments if you're watching this later on. We've been getting a nice viewership for the game days, the pregame shows. Going to try to do one for every game. Going to try. Sometimes, if work allows. For me, it's difficult sometimes because being on the West Coast, it eats into work time. So that sometimes I won't be able to. But you can generally assume that I will be doing live pregame shows. Almost went live yesterday, just to talk about the gambling issues, and I am concerned about that. I am definitely concerned about that. Adam Silver has to have a quick and severe response to the situation that has developed. The integrity of the game is at stake, and it's clouding a tremendous launch to this new season where they've had 2 double overtimes. Luka is playing unbelievably well. The Warriors are exciting to watch. The Knicks are delivering. Believe what was that? Believe was the highest rated. Someone sent me this. Look this up here. The highest rated. The Knicks game was one of the highest rated. Yeah. ESPN's Knicks Cavs opening night game up 26% from last year's open, peaking at 2.84 million viewers. So the enthusiasm is there. You cannot let this situation with the gambling ruin it or trip it up. Has to be a quick response. What's up, Sergeant Robert? Hello, brother. North Bergen, New Jersey. What's up, brother? Bergen County. I used to work in Paramus. Yep, off Route 17. What's the diner over there? Good diner. Great diners in New Jersey. Great diners. All right, Tendril Sound is saying 127, 111. Ooh, I like that. It's interesting. I mean, it could go. It's going to be tough. It's going to be. That's why I'm predict. What did I predict? The 116, 108 or something like that. I think it's going to be more on a slightly lower scoring end. I think defensively, these teams are really going to get after each other. But there's going to be moments there where there's definitely going to be mistakes made, especially for the Knicks. It's still a lot of newness for them. But man, have I enjoyed watching this team. I don't know if you guys saw the post game that I did the other night, but I've been waiting for a team like this for what feels like ever. The way they play, this is the kind of basketball that I love to watch, and I can't wait to see it develop and evolve. You can just see how it's going to be. It's going to be phenomenal. Probably around game 20, 25 in the season, maybe somewhere in December. This team is going to be clicking on all cylinders, and hopefully by then we'll have Mitch back. Because when Mitch returns defensively, this team could be the best defensive team in the NBA behind OKC once they get Mitch back healthy, if the way things are going right now. So this is a really exciting time to be a Knicks fan. This is why I'm super hyped for it, and I've created the merch to honor this season. the 2025-26 season right here. I think it's going to be such a special season. So, and I want to have like swag that commemorates that. I have swag from the 90s that I have an incredible varsity jacket from the 90s that commemorates that. And when I pull that out, I remember those memories back then. And this could be a season for us like we haven't had in 30 plus years. So this is I'm really enthused about it, man. And one of the reasons is this guy. I know all the talk about Macau benefiting from Mike Brown's new offense and his coaching style, but at the end of the day, it could be OG Anunoby who ends up being the third All-Star on this team, because I'm expecting Cat to be an All-Star, and Jalen, of course, being an All-Star again, and OG might be the third All-Star. For Cat needs to get healthy. That quad. I mean, rest would be the only way. I believe, unless he just kind of keeps conditioning it, keeps working through it. We need that to. We need him to be at his best health-wise. Grade, Tim, you look this up. Grade 2 quad strain recovery time. The recovery time for let's go here. The recovery time for a grade 2 quad strain typically ranges from 4 to 6 weeks. However, that can vary depending on factors such as severity of the strain. A more severe strain may take longer, obviously. Age and overall health. Younger, healthier individuals, well, he's an athlete. Treatment received. Physical therapy, rest, pain management can help speed up the healing process. During the first few weeks, it's important to rest the quadriceps muscle and avoid activities that cause pain. Well, he did sit out. The final 2 games of preseason. So I'm wondering if that was part of this. And the thing is, without Mitch available, it's hard for Cat to sit out right now. But maybe he will sit out this game. It hasn't been announced yet, right? Has anyone seen any announcements? Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Opening day lineup for tonight. Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Karl Anthony Towns, and Ariel Hukporti getting the start in place of Deuce. Interesting. So the game 1 starter, Hukporti, is now the game 3 starter after not even playing at all in game 2. So my read that the Knicks were going to need that size came through there. I believe that's I think it's a smart move. So Hukporti went from game 1 from starter in game 1 to DMP in game 2, and now we'll start game 3 with McBride and Robinson unavailable. All right, so we got some good news there. Well, not good news, but we got news. We got the news that came out. Okay, I think we're gonna wind this down now. It's been a great show. I love the chat here. Been checking it out. Thank you guys for rolling up. What's up, Angela? Oh, we got a good crowd here. We're looking at over 120. Nice. Love the enthusiasm. You guys are hyped. I'm expecting a great game. And it's hard to tell. The Heat were phenomenal against the Grizzlies. Lit them up for 86 points in the first half. Ended up killing them 146-111. And then Memphis, they went on and beat, who did they beat yesterday? They had a back-to-back and they beat them. So Memphis, they're an odd team. But man, when the Heat can get hot, they can get red hot and really scorch you. So we'll see. The Knicks had a tremendous second quarter in the last game, but then the second half, they stumbled. They got sloppy with the ball, committed turnovers. They eased back into the old ways of slower pace, too much dribbling. So I'm expecting them to correct that tonight and to have a nice, complete game. I love that, Angela. Yes, I'm looking for Mikal to score 40. Would love it. I was hoping we got a 30 burger from somebody. Maybe let's get 2 30 burgers. Remember that? Let's get some of that. Let's do it. New York, it's a deep team. And I love how Mike Brown has been experimenting, trying to look for nice different combinations. We've even seen OG Anunoby at the 5 for like about 5-minute stretches. We've seen some really unusual combinations out there. The Heat are a bigger team, so I don't think we're and we don't have that many big players. So I don't think we're going to see that many different variations tonight, especially without Deuce, because Deuce, his ability to his defensive ability is going to be missed, but we're getting Josh Hart. Josh Hart has no minutes restrictions. So this whole thing could all counterbalance, and we could end up with a nice, sweet win and go up 3-0. That's what I'm expecting. Again, if you want to support the channel, memberships are available. The information is down below, and hit the join button. You can find out all about it. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps support the channel. Check out the merchandise store. Got great new merch to coincide with this new exciting season that we're seeing here. And I'll be doing a post-game show. I don't think I'll be doing a halftime show today, but I definitely will be doing a post-game show. Depending if it's a great win, exciting win, I might even go live tonight. If not, usually I'll do the recorded video, so stay tuned for that. And thanks everybody for rolling up. Lex the Destroyer, best mod around. Thank you so much, brother. Sergeant Robert, Angela. We got Zach. What's up, man? Quan Penn, Terrell White, RJ C6. What's up, man? All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. Let's go Knicks. 3-0 in South Beach. All right, I will see you around the Knicks-Verse. Let's go. 3-0.